Oh my goodness, I go away for a week, but the news doesn't stop coming. There's so much to talk about. I haven't even discussed the reveal of James Gunn's Superman costume. Quick synopsis. Ooh, it's not good. More on that later though. At least it gave us a whole bunch of fun memes. But you know, here at Model Behavior, action figures always come first. So let's talk about them. First up, Hasbro have given us a couple of symbiote reveals, and oh my goodness, they're getting my bubbles bubbling. I was going to say flowing, bubbles don't flow, but these figures, they might be flowing right off the shelf, because first of all, we're getting Let There Be Carnage. Carnage, which almost makes me feel a little bit sheepish about buying the SH Figure Arts Carnage, because that was real expensive, but is very beautiful. But this, Marvel Legends Carnage, dang, if it doesn't look like a pretty comparable figure. I know the quality isn't going to be quite the same, but man, I gotta say, they nailed this. It's going to be a deluxe figure, 8.5 inches tall, so he is going to be a big, big boy. It looks like the tendrils on the back are going to be bendy wire as well, and basically they just took the movie design and went, yep, we'll do that. And they have. He looks great with an alternate head as well. I don't know how much he's going to be because I've been checking Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. They're not up there for pre-order yet. It's going to be the 15th that he's available for pre-order. But just looking at him, I'm guessing maybe 35, 40 bucks. He's going to be more expensive, but you get a lovely looking symbiote out of that. All the different pictures make him look the bomb. You're not going to be able to fit him in with your 616 display unless you don't mind an extra tall Carnage. Then again, I don't, because Carnage gets pretty monstrous in the comics now. He can be as big and small as you want him to be. And what would Carnage be without his daddy Venom? And guess what? We got a new version of him too. As part of their 85th anniversary wave, we're getting a retro Venom. And this, ooh, yeah, you know those expressions. It means I'm kind of torn because I've got a Venom, I've got the Life Foundation Venom, and he's good. And this is kind of that, but with a bit of an upgrade as well. Because now he's got that body, but with new torso articulation, which is a lot more modern and does add some nice selling points to the figure. Then there's one new face as well, and it's a face I do kind of like. It's not a face only a mother could love. Mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, we could all get on board with this. It's straight out of like Ryan Stegman style, absolute carnage type Venom. I really love that. And then the other one is the Life Foundation 3-pack. Yeah, it was a 3-pack. Venom with the big long tongue, this time with a lighter pink kind of color tone. I'm not a huge fan of that venomed out head, but the more snarling one, it does look good. Not enough to make me part with my $25, I don't think, but it is a little bit tempting. In the retro packaging as well, it's a lovely looking figure, but I don't think it's enough of an upgrade from the Life Foundation one to make me want to roll the dice with it. But if you don't have a Venom, this is probably the definitive Marvel Legends Venom. I do think he looks gorgeous. He's going to be available around about August this year. I was going to say this summer, but there you go. He's going to be available around about August, and honestly, he looks like another banger. My only little like bone of contention is this whole 85th anniversary wave. What do any of these figures have to do with celebrating the 85th anniversary? Surely if you want to do a theme, it should be characters that were, you know, created 85 years ago, some tales of suspense, some real old school deep cut classics, but I guess they're just going for a general celebration. It's almost like it's just a marketing gimmick. But hey, when we're getting figures as pretty as this, I'm not going to grumble too much about it. Only the usual level of grumbling, which is still pretty high, because that's what YouTube is for. NECA have revealed 2 figures from their Krampus line, and oh my goodness, they're going all in with this. We're getting Krampus himself, and we're getting the terrifying Jack-in-the-Box creature. Both of these look stunning, and they should do, because these prices, these are big, okay? Krampus himself is going to be $100. That is a hell of a jump from your average NECA figure. And then the Caterpillar Jack-in-the-Box guy, he's going to be $60. So these are expensive action figures, but they do look pretty amazing. Krampus is a movie that I really wanted to like, and I like it for what it tried to do, but I consider it a noble failure. The biggest problem with it is that it's boring. You know, they've got all the right ingredients. Great cast, awesome monsters, fantastic setup, but ultimately I just feel it kind of drags. Also, the problem is, even though the characters are meant to be unlikable and getting their comeuppance, you gotta make them a little bit likable so you kind of root for them slightly. I find that pretty much all the cast, besides maybe Adam Scott and his family, they're pretty unlikable to watch. But there's still a lot of fun stuff in that movie with all the crazy monsters, the Christmas themes, terror. There's good stuff. It's just, it was a swing and a miss. But these figures, they look like straight up hits. So Krampus is going to be 10 inches tall, so you can see where some of this money is going. This is a huge, big, chunky figure. And also Dear Clown, that's the proper name of the Jack-in-the-Box guy. He's like 10 inches wide, so you're getting your money's worth. I don't have a specific release date yet, but they're going to be up on Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, the usual places. But honestly, this makes me want to go back and give this movie another chance, because maybe I judged it too harshly. Because the creature designs are really second to none, and I have to say, it looks like NECA have nailed that. Hot Toys are going to give us a God Loki from the TV series, and as you would expect for all Hot Toys, looks very, very pretty. Got the Tom Hiddleston likeness down there. He even comes with a throne to sit in. I haven't watched the second season of Loki, but I've heard good things. People seem to genuinely enjoy it. I kind of let it pass me by. But I know that he is like the god of time now, something like that. He's holding all the multiverses together. Sort of a tragic story, but a fitting end to Loki's saga, though. I mean, I'm sure he's going to pop up again at some point. I hope so. I like the character. I just couldn't be bothered to watch 6 or 8, however many episodes it was. I'm too busy making YouTube videos. Actually, it's a genuine problem. I don't give myself time to do anything besides making this. But honestly, there's nothing I'd rather do. I love the process. So whenever I've got free time, I want to make YouTube videos. That's why the content is genuinely unstoppable here at Model Behaviour. Honestly, no one's tried stopping me. If they did, it probably wouldn't be too much of a struggle. But this figure is going to be about $300. There's 2 different SKUs. There's a regular and a deluxe. And I gotta say, Hot Toys, they always deliver. This looks really pretty.
Model Behaviour will return after these messages.
Folks, I'd like to take a quick break from this video, take a little pause for the cause to tell you about our channel sponsor, Into the AM. Not only did they provide me with this and many other badass looking graphic t-shirts, but they're also dressing my down belows as well with their all-day pants. I say pants in an American's fashion because otherwise it would be trousers. But the all-day pants, genuinely, hand on heart, and I'm not just saying this, they're my favorite pair of pants right now because they're so comfortable. You can imagine being the greatest YouTuber ever. I get a lot of people coming for me. I gotta be battle ready at all times. So I can't be wearing tight and restrictive pants that stop me from being able to defend myself at any moment. Luckily, these all-day pants are not only very smart and formal looking, but they're super stretchy. I can have a full-on high kick and ninja battle wearing these things and then still go and play a round of golf. That's why I love my Into the AM all-day pants. Genuinely, I couldn't give them a higher recommendation, but I will do because I've got a bit more time. Go click the link in the description below and you can get 10% off your order along with all the different discounts and bundle deals that they're already doing. And plus, you know that you're helping out Model Behaviour because they're going to see that you do that and go, hey, you know what? The Model Behaviour viewers must be some darn well-dressed folks because they're buying our products. We're going to keep on sponsoring his show. So yeah, go check out the all-day pants because genuinely, I wouldn't back a product that I wasn't already a fan of. And these, like I say, they're my new favorite pair of pants. I'm going to be rocking these all summer long, baby. So gang, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for checking out Into the AM. And now, as they always say, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
And now we return to Model Behaviour.
McFarlane have got a couple of good-looking releases coming out. We've got Tim Drake Robin in, I think, a modern-looking costume. You know me, my DC knowledge is rather shocking, but I think this is a more modern Tim Drake that we've got. And he looks good! I always rag on McFarlane, mostly because it's fun, but when they do stuff that I think looks decent, I'll be the first to shout it out, and genuinely, this looks really cool. I'm down for it. I really like what they've done with this, and also, $22.99? Nice little price point there. And then we got a big old 2-pack with the breaking of the bat. And genuinely, I'm a huge Bane fan. You know this about me. I imprinted on that character like a baby bird when I first saw him in the animated show. And this 2-pack, oh, it's got those nostalgic 90s vibes going on there. This Bane is a repaint, by the looks of things, of the original big chunky, monsterish version that they did. I was trying to think mega figure. That's the word I was looking for. So this is a more of a comic book colored, almost cell shaded looking mega figure Bane, and then packed in there with a Batman who I'm guessing is a repaint. But I don't know that for sure. I don't know if there's anything that's been changed about him. I can't tell. But the two of them together, they look really pretty. So this is going to be closer to your $60 kind of price point, but you're getting a lot of figure with this. Almost too much. I feel the Bane is a little bit too big. That's why I'd be tempted to get the Mafex one coming out pretty soon. That might be a more classically sized Bane. If you just want the McFarlane aesthetic though, you really can't go too far wrong with this one, because I've got this Bane in the original form and I really love him. So kudos, McFarlane. I can't even rag on you. You're doing good stuff here. Trick or Treat Studios are doing Dr. Killmoth from Toxic Crusaders. They're gross, but they still get girls. I always remember that from the intro. And this looks really fun. Gonna be $20 and available around about, let me look down at my notes, $20 and is scheduled to ship out on August 12th. That was generous, saying my notes. Let me glance down at Toy Arc and see what they have on there. I wasn't a Toxic Crusaders kid. I think by the time that came out, I was sort of out of my Saturday morning cartoon kind of age. Let's face it, X-Men 97 has proven that deep in our hearts, none of us are really out of our Saturday morning cartoon phases. And I like the design. It's cool, weird, funky, gross, appropriately, and honestly, a lot of fun. So yeah, if you've got a bit of nostalgia in your heart for Toxic Crusaders, this might be the one for you. One that is definitely for me though is the SH Monster Arts photochromatic version. Is that what it is? Orthochromatic version. Ah, so close. Nonetheless, it's Godzilla in the black and white form. This is going to be a Bandai website exclusive. Don't have a price yet, but it's going to be expensive. That's why I didn't buy the original one. Because even in Japan, without any shipping costs or anything, the dude was over $100. And I'm like, I can't justify that. But it does look really pretty. And doing it in the black and white style, or a orthochromic, if you will, version, it makes them look like doubly classic. So I love what they've done, but I think it's one I'm just going to admire from afar. But I gotta say, from afar, I can tell you, he does look pretty. McFarlane are also delving back into their Batman 66 line with a whole bunch of new figures. So let me see if I can remember all these off the top of my noggin. First of all, we got a very cool looking Jokerized Batmobile with a Batman Joker in there. That's kind of a fun, campy take on the often very scary, maniacal looking Jokerized Batman. This is like what would happen if Batman got the Joker toxin in the 66 universe. I like the look of this, and the Batmobile looks cool. I'm sorry I don't have a price for it yet, but knowing McFarlane, it's probably going to be quite reasonable, actually. They are pretty good with their vehicles and having them at a affordable price point. Then we've also got Space Batman, which of course, as you might know, is Batman from space. Also, we're getting Nightwing, which is kind of fun. I glanced down at my notes there, I couldn't resist. But that's really awesome to see a very 90s kind of comic book costume done in the 66 style. I kind of dig that. Then we're getting Alfred Pennyworth as well. Always fun to have Batman's loyal butler there. Then we're also getting Wax Robin. At first I thought it was Frozen Robin, like Mr. Freeze had blasted him with his spooter. But no, this is Wax Robin. Okay, and then finally we're getting Bookworm. 2 glances down out of 6 figures. I'll call that a win. At least a C. It's a passing grade on my part. But these 6 guys, I always do that with my numbers, they look all right. So if you're a 66 fan, then you got a lot of stuff to get excited about. Mondo. Thank goodness I never started collecting any of their 1/6 line, because they keep bringing out banger after banger after banger, and the prices just get more and more expensive. Now we've got the Sky Sled from Masters of the Universe. $400. Well, $395, but come on, let's round it up, shall we? That's what I always do when people ask me how many subscribers I have. I'm like, 100,000? Yeah, what the heck? No, don't worry, Dad. I am successful. This is a viable business. It looks beautiful, man, but they always do. The Mondo pictures, just the photography, the sets, what they do with it. Like, you see it and you think, yeah, okay, $400. Looks reasonable to me. But of course, you know, there's there's a few characters in your Masters of the Universe set who could conceivably ride a Sky Cycle thing. So you're going to have to get one for all of them. Otherwise, can you even call it a He-Man collection? And joking aside, it does look terrific. If you've got $400 to spend on this, God bless you. You're going to be adding it to what is already a stunning looking He-Man display. And you know what? Even though these are really expensive, I get the feeling they're going to be quite popular. 3-0 are doing a Mark IV Iron Man from the MCU, going to be $100 and available around about the fourth quarter of this year, and it looks real sexy, because it always does with 3-0. What is their absolute point of expertise? Obviously mine is not sentence structure, but it's doing mechanical, robotic looking characters. So this is going to be beautiful. You know he's going to be hefty. You know he's going to be kind of heavy in your hand, and that's what makes an Iron Man figure feel good. I'm still not ready to upgrade my go-to Iron Man, which is the Mezco one. I like the comic book stylings, but dang it, they've captured the Mark IV armor here beautifully, which I might say is perhaps the pinnacle of Iron Man armors. If I'm not wrong, and stop me if I am, this is the Iron Man 2 armor, I think. That's Mark IV, isn't it? Because you got the original is Mark 1, the silver one is Mark 2, then the one that he uses at the end of the first movie is Mark 3, so that's got to be Mark 4 in Iron Man 2. And this, honestly, it looks pretty beautiful. NECA have shown off some more reveals from their Ninja Turtles line. First of all, animated Usagi Yojimbo. He looks super beautiful. They've put out some other versions of this character already, but now we've got the full samurai armor look, and yeah, it's just sweet. I love this rabbit. I've never seen it available in any country that I've lived in, be it England or Japan. I would love to get classic Usagi Yojimbo. I know there's a friend of mine who would as well. I'm going to have to send this to him just to torture him. And also, there's Super Bebop and Rocksteady. So I don't remember these from the cartoons. My memory is pretty awful. But these are, I guess, robot versions of the classic villains. Looks really good. They always do. NECA with their animated figures. Heck, NECA with all their figures. They always look gorgeous. The only caveat is always going to be the price. It used to be the durability as well, but apparently NECA have improved on that, so fair play. It doesn't excuse bad durability beforehand, but nonetheless, apparently things are pretty good. I don't hear people moaning about NECA anymore, and that's always a good thing. And these figures, they look like good things too. Don't have prices for them yet, but I mean what? They're normally about $40 for a single figure, so a 2-pack's going to be about $80. Expensive, but you do get some pretty toys when you're done with it. Done with it. What does that even mean? I keep repeating myself when I end off sentences, so now I try and think of other ways to end them, and none of them make any sense. Done with it. It's gibberish. PlayArts Kai are doing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth versions of Cloud Strife and Yuffie. Smooth, Dave. You can tell I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasies. So these two are going to be $180 each, releasing around about this time next year. So you've got some time to save up if you want to put your pre-order down. But they are at least big figures. I was going to say 1/6 scale. They're 10 inches, which I think is about 1/6 scale, maybe like slightly smaller. Numbers are hard, but these figures look very pretty. So luckily for me, I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy. Could you tell? So I don't have to worry about forking out all the money for these. Don't worry though, there's still plenty of other things that are demanding my hard-earned cash. But if you are a Final Fantasy fan, then hopefully these are doing these characters justice, because they look awful pretty. I know PlayArts often do more sort of stylized versions of characters. I think these ones are straight out of the video game. So if that's the case, hopefully they'll make you very happy. I'm terrible at ending segments now. I'm just talking gibberish. Hopefully they make you happy. Hopefully everything makes you happy. I hope you're all just happy people out there. I know I am. So there is a company called G-Seng Studios, and they are making awesome looking figures. That's all I can tell you. Most of the news that you see on this channel comes from a gentleman by the name of Eric on our Facebook group. He posts all the stuff he finds. God bless you, sir. Every episode of Good News is pretty much just the Eric Report. So this, I don't know anything else about it, but these look really cool. So I'm going to try and look up G-Seng Studios, see if I can find out where these might be available from, because the aesthetic is awesome. This kind of anime cyberpunk sort of look with the little mini cars that they come with too. Mwah! Chef's kiss. If only they were more readily available and easier to get hold of. But sometimes one of the things I hope you like about this channel is we cover the deep cut. kind of stuff. Not just the modern, mainstream releases that you'll find in Target, but the stuff you got to go hunting for. And honestly, these look worth hunting for. So hopefully I'll see if I can uncover a bit more information, because right now, I like what I'm looking at. Storm Collectibles have revealed full images of their Cyber Blue. I don't know what this is from. Obviously an anime of some kind. Is it Fist of the North Star? Certainly has that Fist of the North Star kind of aesthetic, but no guarantee that's what it is. That was just me spitballing there. But it looks awesome. I love all the details. When I first saw it, just out of the corner of my eye, I was like, is that a cable figure? Just because of the shoulder pads and all the pockets and pouches and straps. But, I mean, obviously it's not, but it looks cool. It looks really great. I guess maybe now that Storm Collectibles don't have to worry about investing time and energy into Mortal Kombat, wipe away a tear there because that's a bit tragic, they can put more time and effort into their other franchises. And this, I don't know who it is, but it looks like they've done him justice. You ready to spend some money? I hope so, because Dark Crown Toys, another little model behavior deep cut, are doing this line of 1/12 scale ninjas. So Marvel Legends style ninjas, and these just look amazing. Kind of a cyber ninja, kind of modern tech, but with ancient samurai kind of looking details. All of these things melded together just spell awesomeness and trouble for anybody's bank line and bottom line and any other lines, except for lines of figures, which is wicked, because this looks like an amazing line of cyber, neo-noir, medieval, I don't know, call it what you will, but call it some amazing looking action figures. I'm hopefully going to find out more information about these later, like when they're going to be released, but just as a little taster, a little teaser, a little soupçon, if you will, this is going to whet the appetite because these look pretty amazing. Super 7 have shown off some images of their ultimate RZA? RZA. You can tell I'm not a music person. I think it's RZA, but help me out. But this looks really fun. Is he part of, is this a Wu-Tang Clan thing? Is it like him and MF Doom? And I don't know, but I want to. I think I should listen to some Wu-Tang Clan because I love the idea of incorporating cool, nerdy comic book stuff with your rapping. I'm so not, whatever I'm with isn't it. But this looks really fun. Don't have a price or release date yet, but it's Super 7 Ultimate, so probably about $50, give or take. And yeah, just looks really cool. Looks like a lot of fun. So one for you music fans out there, just like me. I love the Wu-Tang Clans. They're my favorite clan. Speaking of ninjas, Revoltech, oh my goodness. They're doing Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Going to be available around about January for 12,000 yen, which is just about $100, give or take. This looks so good. I love praising Kyoto, Revoltech, Amazing Yamaguchi, all those different names. I'm sure one is a distributor, I lose track, but you know what it is. So this looks phenomenal. When I say I love praising them, it's because I've been bashing them so much recently from reviewing their old stuff like that Venom. Less said about that, the better. But their new modern stuff, their Thor, Moon Knight, the new Agent Venom, they look phenomenal. And this, I say they look phenomenal. I've got 2 of the 3. They are phenomenal. And this looks like another great entry into their releases. And again, come on, it's 1/12 scale. So even if you're not a Ninja Gaiden fan, this is just an amazing looking ninja character. Have this guy squaring off with your Daredevil or your Revoltech Moon Knight. Dang it, I'm coming up with ideas that make me want to spend money. I gotta stop doing that. Okay, let's move on to the next figure. But still, this does look wicked. Figma are doing Goddess of Victory. I don't know this character or this anime, but I do know a pretty looking figure when I see it. And this is exactly that. Let me just glance down at the prices here. It's going to be $98 or $98.99 and going to be available around about June of next year. So you got a little bit of time to wait for this, but I love what I see. Figma make beautiful figures. No question about that. The articulation is always buttery smooth. The quality is all there. This looks super cute. I really love it. It's lucky for me that my collection doesn't really have much of an anime aesthetic, so I can't really fudge this in anywhere, so I can't be tempted by it. But even having said that, I'm a little bit tempted because she does look awesome. And speaking of awesome, Maestro Union have shown off one more figure from their Furry Planet line, and it's the Assassin Leopard lady. And oh my goodness, I was gonna draw a little line under my Furry Planet collecting. I thought, nope, you know what? I've got enough. Except a sexy cat lady. I'm not a furry. Little revelation there, just not my thing. But I appreciate a sexy looking ninja cat lady. And that's what this is. And it might be enough to sway me to part with my money. Because also, joking aside, this does look great. Furry Planet, the whole line, the design, the articulation, the paintwork, the details, they're stunning. They really are fantastic. And this looks like it's got all the kind of layers of costume that so many other ones do as well. You know how Veteran William, the werewolf, you can strip off all the different costuming parts so he is just a werewolf. I assume you'll probably be able to do similar with this cat lady, which of course does raise the big question. We're all thinking it. Cat titties. What's going on with that? I'm not really wondering that, but I just thought it would get a laugh. Probably didn't. Abject silence out there in YouTube. But it's going to be interesting to see how they do structure this figure, how they put it together. So honestly, we've only got 2 pictures to go on, but they definitely have my attention. I think this one might be a great addition to your Furry line. I'm gonna look forward to the full reveal, certainly. Over in kind of a cosplay corner, Megan Thee Stallion, who of course we all know from the much beloved SheHulk TV show, has a new music video which is full on every little nerdy, cool, fun kind of reference you can imagine, squeezed in and condensed. That wasn't really a sentence, but you know what I'm saying. So I've got a whole bunch of pictures here, but really, just go check out the music video because it's kind of fun. And I just love any kind of genre that integrates all the kind of stuff that we love. Because they said many years ago, when I was a little kid, and it was many years ago, that the geeks will inherit the earth. Well, guess what? We finally have. That's why the MCU is a thing. That's why X-Men 97 is killing it. And that's why A-list music producers are making stuff that is so nerdy. It's because finally people are like, yes, we all love this stuff and now we can embrace it. And this just looks really fun. So big old kudos to Megan Thee Stallion. You know what? I think you're forgiven for She-Hulk. Honestly, I didn't care about that. The whole like twerking thing in She-Hulk. Look, not everything is made for me. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who had a great time with She-Hulk. And honestly, I'm having a great time with this music video. And I'm not gonna lie, she's pretty easy on the eye as well. So yeah, it's kind of a cosplay corner / good news article. Go check it out regardless. It's a lot of fun. And over in movie news, of course, we did get the full reveal of Superman, James Gunn's Superman. We got this little picture that has now been memed to death, and rightly so. This is a terrible costume reveal. I'm not even sure if it's a terrible costume. It's hard to see it in that light, but what are we trying to say with this image? Superman like just casually putting on his boots while chaos goes on behind him. Like it's kind of a fun idea, I guess, but it feels like you're compromising a character in service of a cool kind of image. Like nothing about that resonates Superman. Like look, let me do this. This is Superman. This is not Superman. I'm wearing short shorts. I'm not Donald Ducking it. I just realized that when I lifted up my leg. It's very hot here. But yeah, that ain't Superman, dog. That's a dude putting on his shoes. It just nothing about it resonates Man of Steel. But maybe look, I got faith in James Gunn, but not complete. Like I love the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Suicide Squad is okay, but like it's not like a guaranteed win. I kind of like Krampus. I wanted to love Slither, but I don't like it at all. Like, not everything is a guaranteed banger. So this actually causes me to worry a bit more than it gets me excited. Because also the costume itself, doesn't look great. Looks kind of baggy. It's got a very New 52 kind of vibe to it. Don't like the collar, the neck piece. And I know I'm being every single comic book nerd in the world who sees something and just goes, I hate it. It's not the thing that I envisioned in my brain. But this isn't what I envisioned in my brain. Say what you will about Zack Snyder's Superman, and I do. At least Henry Cavill, like, oh, he looked like Superman. I would have liked it if the costume was a bit brighter, but besides that, I thought it was fantastic. This, I don't know, I'm like anything, I'm ready to be convinced. But you're gonna have to work pretty hard to convince me, because this is a dubious start. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. This was a very action figure heavy episode because it's been so long since the last one. Just a lot of toy news to talk about. You know, in the next one's coming up, there's going to be more movies, TV, comic books, video games, pro wrestling, all that kind of good stuff to give you a nice little balance. But this was toy heavy, but hey, that's what we love. So what did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to doubly support the channel, and I really do appreciate those who do, you can get yourself a YouTube channel membership. By doing that, you can comment in all the live streams that I do. I try to do 3 to 4 live streams a week. So you can be involved in all the comments there. And also when you comment under a video, I can see that you're a channel member and I can try and answer directly to you. There was a time back in the day when I would try to answer every single comment, but it's a happy problem that, like, there's literally not enough hours in the day to do that. But the channel members, I'll try to get back to you directly because I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you, and I thank you for appreciating the show. So gang, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time.